Las Vegas headliner Jeff Civillico recently performed his last show on the Las Vegas Strip after a decade. He's also started a new group to help bring joy to children in hospitals. Jeff is here now to tell us more about both of those. And what was that like for you after 10 years to say, okay, I'm going to hang it up on the stage?
You know what? It was a little difficult in the moment, but I'm so glad that I did it. I really am. I loved my time on the Strip.
Yeah.
I did 10 years. I'm dating myself. I started at the Imperial Palace. Rest in peace. Did some time at, sounds like I was in jail. Did some hard time at the Flamingo. Finally broke free. I went to the Paris and just had an awesome 10 years. But man, it's a lot of work. I was producing the show myself.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, all day you're, you know, hustling for ticket sales, and then you're doing the show at night and you're just wiped, and then it starts at zero again the next day. It's like the restaurant business, right? So it was very tiring. So now I get to go speak, perform, and show up. The crowd's already there. It's fantastic. I don't have to get them in. Doing a gig tomorrow night at the Wynn for a pharmaceutical company. I'm performing and hosting, and I'm like in, out.
Yeah, you are the most highly sought after MCs in town, which says a lot because we know we have a lot of events here, and so you're in high demand. I love the fact that you're still doing that. I'm glad you didn't give up on that. Let's talk about your show, your comedy special.
Yeah.
That had to be cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. So the street performer who picked me to be a volunteer when I was 10 years old, I reconnected with him and I invited him to join me for the final show in Las Vegas. And it was a total surprise to everyone. And it was just such a sentimental moment. I'm telling about how I got started as a kid, and then I'm showing pictures, and he's wearing this green suit, and I say, and tonight he's here. People were like, no way, you know, and he came out, and he said, like, you didn't think I was real, did you? Like, totally kills it. He performs, we perform together, and it was just such an awesome button. Like, last night after 10 years, I had my family there, media, everybody was Caesars, and so it was just a really cool full circle moment.
Where can we find it?
So it is now available on Prime Video, Apple TV+, YouTube TV, and Google Play.
Oh, pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
So if you missed it, you don't have to miss it any longer because you can see it where it's streaming. I want to talk about this report that's in my hand, The Hidden Power of Everyday Influence. I mentioned how you're highly sought after for emceeing and hosting, and I would imagine a lot of that comes from just the influence that you have been able to garner here in the Las Vegas Valley. Tell us more about this and your TED Talk and how this all kind of comes together.
Yeah, thank you so much. I had the opportunity to do a TED Talk, and I titled it How to Be an Everyday Influencer. And I mentioned the street performer who chose me to be a volunteer. And that's how I kind of talked about him, because this was pre-internet, pre-social media. He didn't have a big following. This wasn't some big moment. This was just kind of a routine interaction. We were visiting, and I just got picked to be a volunteer, did this show, and it really changed my life forever. And so when I did the talk, I noticed that term, everyday influence, really popped. The talk got a few million views in the last year, and in the comments especially, people are saying things like, this isn't what I thought it was gonna be, but this is like so much better. Yeah. Because they were Googling how to be a fitness, skincare, health influencer, right? And they stumbled on this video. So I just kind of pulled on that thread. I was curious about what creates true influence. And I think we're always so focused on the digital side, follower count, the vanity metrics, likes, clicks, shares. Yeah. And, this moment that I had with the street performer, just one-on-one, no camera, no spotlight. I just wanted to learn more. So I did this research report, and it was pretty powerful. The 3 determining factors that create true influence: proximity, being there physically. Yeah. Consistency. It's kind of like building wealth, building influence, right? Drip, drip, drip. Doesn't happen overnight. And then presence, which is the hardest one. Most powerful.
You have that in spades.
Well, it's so hard for us though with distractions and bells and whistles and ding, ding, dings, and just being there and actively listening and making someone feel seen and heard. And
you were talking before we got on air about just being kind, and I think that's where your win-win charity comes, where you're bringing entertainment to those children who are in the hospital. If people want to find out more information about you, more information about your charity, where can they go? Yeah,
winwincharity.org is our nonprofit website. My website's jeffcivillico.com, the special comedyinaction.com. So they're all kind of interlinked.
Yeah, so. You're still so very busy. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for all that you do, and thank you for just enlightening us with what you've been doing now, because a lot of people care about what you're doing. So we appreciate having you in.
Thanks so much, Latoya.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Let's go ahead and check in now with our weather authority.